apps and multiple browser like Chrome, Safari, etc. Using Bootstrap, HTML elements and CSS property, you have to add the HTML5 doc type at the beginning of the HTML page. In the recent page, you did not use the doc type extension in HTML page, but now we will use it because using Bootstrap, we are moving to from simple HTML to HTML5. An HTML file started from HTML tag to closing HTML tag, right? But HTML5 started from doc type to close HTML. See, doc type HTML is an attribute of HTML5. Okay.
So if you start a HTML5 without the doc type,
Then
then
maybe some Bootstrap attribute will not work on some browsers.
Okay.
For example, you have opened your web page on the Google Chrome and the Mozilla Firefox. Maybe some function will not work on the Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome.
Okay.
So that's why we will use doc type attribute in our HTML page in the starting. Right? For this, yeah.
And for the language, it had to be only English, or you have to change the language depending on which language you want to write.
Which language you will use on your page content, you will mention here.
Okay.
AR, Arabic, French, etc. If you don't need to specify, you remove this attribute lang. After removing, the page by default assign as an English.
Okay.
Bootstrap basically allows you to divide pages in the different size or divide the block. Recently, you have done in the page structures using HTML and CSS. For that purpose, you have read a lot of codes in CSS, right? But using Bootstrap, you don't need to write a lot of CSS code. You just assign a container or basic class. That page will be divided automatically. That's why we call Bootstrap layouts. There are container classes that are typically used to wrap the different content in a page. There are basically two container classes that can use for various different activities. For example, you need full page width, or you need to half page width, or also you have some container or block, and depends on their width and size. There are two containers in the Bootstrap: container class and container float class. This container class can be used to represent a fixed width container. And float container can be...
Say it again, please.
Yeah. This container
You
class...
said a container.
Yeah. This container
Yes.
class can be used to represent a fixed width container. For example, 100,000 pixels, 7,000 pixels, 700 pixel, or 70% pixel, etc. But fluid container can set different, like depends on screen size. For example, you use percentage. Recently, you have used percentage for different blocks. That's why we use container fluid. Container fluid, this container can use to represent a full width container. Doesn't matter container have this size or this size, but container specified for 500, 600, 700, etc. In other words, you can say You will use percentage on the container fluid, and you will use a fixed size on container class. Let's suppose class container. You have set width 780px, right? And container fluid class you have used, for example, 100%. For example, if you have small screen and you have fixed a container 750 width, then you will face a problem. If you have set 100%, then doesn't matter how much screen have width, but page will set automatic. That's why we have two different class, container class and container fluid class. All the Bootstrap will use classes in CSS. I think you are familiar with IDs and CSS using, you are familiar with ID and class using CSS, right?
Yeah.
In the Bootstrap, we will use classes to implement Bootstrap because classes are already defined in the Bootstrap library. Recently, you have used Font Awesome library. I have told you that Font Awesome library already have pre-planned code structure for you. You just assign the icon class and icon will appear. Same like we have Bootstrap library and Bootstrap classes already has been designed in their library. You just need to assign the class and you will check your output. Okay.
Done.
Bootstrap uses HTML element and CSS properties. I have, it's repeating. Okay. Now we are working here. Just you need to create a Bootstrap web page structure. Simple Bootstrap web page structure, and we will find the correct library and paste here. Okay. Start. You will use a doctype, not sign, doctype HTML. Close this tab. Now start HTML. Start and HTML close. You can also assign attribute, language attribute. If you does not assign, doesn't matter. Language and save the page. We need to create a folder for Bootstrap. Okay. Bootstrap. Done. Lecture1.html. The page has been created. First of all, we need to create a HTML structure, head, close head, body, and close the body. Here you need to set the title and library path. Close the title and mention first Bootstrap assignment. Save. We have this page. This page doesn't have any output. Now you need to find the first Bootstrap library. We need to set Bootstrap environment here. Okay. Recently, you have created the environment for Font Awesome library. Remember. Same like you will assign the Bootstrap library. Bootstrap. Find different library. We can copy also from the Bootstrap. These are library Maxidian we will use to implement Bootstrap. You just copy for once time only. Where you will place these library? In the head portion. Also, you can assign in the footer. These are pre-built libraries. You just need to assign their link for Bootstrap implementation.
Hello? 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 Elon? Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Hello?
Yes. You can see we have assigned these three libraries. The one for style sheet and the two other are Bootstrap. In the CSS library, the collection of CSS properties and jQuery library and JavaScript library is a collection of functions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is called our Bootstrap environment setup. When you are creating a Bootstrap file, then you should implement these library first of all in the head portion. After that, you can start work. So, first of all, close this. We have discussed about layouts, and inside the layouts, we have different container. How we will assign the container or layouts in our body tag, we are going to write. In the body portion, write div tag and close the div. All Bootstrap classes will be implemented using div. Okay. Space assign class. We have discussed first of all class container and container fluid. So we are writing the container class. Container class. We have container class. We can write anything here between this class. We can write headings, paragraph, tables, etc. Just write here. Paragraph. We have created HTML, CSS files, but now we are on H1. Close H1. Just check output. You have noticed something on the page, Ilad. Have you noticed something?
We don't have a margin.
Sorry?
And it's already like shift.
Yeah.
It didn't start from the edge of the screen.
Yeah.
It's like you have a pattern, you have a margin.
Exactly.
It's already like applied CSS.
Now, as you can see, if we have resized the screen, you can see the size of margin has been decreased. If we increase the size of margin increasing auto. That's why we use Bootstrap. Even its little function okay, understand? We have just used the one class. Now we're creating another class container. Another class container. Now we have 3 container in our web page. Just check their output. All the containers have same width, height, and also they will work. Okay. Search.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
I am also writing a paragraph without container class. Now you can check output. See. Did you notice a difference?
The last class did it appear?
Did you notice different?
The class didn't appear.
Guys, are you there?
Yes,
And,
sir.
Okay.
the
I just say that
the
we have used container class. Okay. The container class is an attribute of Bootstrap. We have used
Yes, sir.
container class and we have created 2 paragraph and heading. There are 3 class and we have created another paragraph
the
outside the container. Now you can see the difference. The
we
container
didn't have
data has been settled.
the div.
Yeah. And without container data, this line doesn't have sense about left margin or right margin or device browser size or band height width sensitivity. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Laj, are you there? Where he is? Okay. Now we are going to create another class div class and close the div. Container fluid. Okay. Just try this and check output. Now, have you noticed any difference between container class and container fluid class?
Yes.
Search, Ilaj, have you noticed?
Yes.
Where is Ilaj? He's gone?
Eli,
Yes.
Are you there?
Sorry.
We have used two classes. I'm removing these two extra classes. Please notice we have two Bootstrap classes, container class and container fluid class. Check their output. Have you noticed any difference? And also we are writing these outside the class. See,
the last one didn't have a margin padding.
yeah,
The middle one have a little margin padding, and the top have a big gap
yes.
of margin padding.
Okay. We are creating three another classes between these classes. We have container class. Okay. Inside the container class, I am creating three other classes. This is our main container. These are sub containers. Just for practice, check the difference and output. Container. See, you have created three containers in a one container, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can also create a row. You can also create a row in the container. Let's suppose you can see there's our main class container. inside the container, we are creating another class div, and the class is row. Close and close this here. So check now. Okay. We have created a container. Inside the container, we have created a row. Inside the row, we have 3 subcontainers. Question regarding this? Hello.
Hello.
Any question regarding this?
No,
Can you
sir.
repeat? Can you repeat, please?
Yeah. This is simple. We have created a container class. Inside the container class, we have created a row. Inside the row, we
Yeah.
have created 3 containers.
Continue, please. Yeah.
Just very simple.
Yes.
Okay. This is our first Bootstrap environment setup. I am sharing this code. You need to create your first Bootstrap file now. If you created this file successfully, after that, we will work on more on the container class. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Please check your Gmail. I have shared the code.